Most people think genius is a genetic lottery. You're either born with an extra-large brain or you're destined to be average. But psychology says that is a lie. Real genius isn't an IQ score, it's a system of thinking. Today, we're breaking down the 5-point blueprint to literally rewiring your brain for greatness. If you want to stop being a spectator and start being a creator, pay attention. We've analyzed the world's greatest minds, from physicists to tech titans, and found the exact psychological traits they share. This isn't about memorizing facts, it's about mental architecture. Number 1, the Polymath Principle. Psychology says most people specialize until they have tunnel vision. Geniuses practice associative thinking. They find the hidden link between unrelated fields. For example, take Steve Jobs. He didn't just study computer science. He dropped into a calligraphy class in college. Years later, he used those artistic principles to design the beautiful typography for the first Mac. Without that useless hobby, modern computing would look like a boring spreadsheet. So here's your lesson. Don't just read what everyone else in your field is reading. Read poetry if you're a coder. Study physics if you're an artist. Point 2. The 90-minute shutdown. Psychology says genius is the ability to enter a flow state, where the world disappears and your brain processes information at 3 times its normal speed. For example, Isaac Newton was so obsessed with mathematical problems that he'd often forget to eat or sleep for days. He didn't have a better brain. He had a quieter brain that could focus on one thing until it cracked. So practice deep work. Turn off your phone, lock your door, and give one task your undivided attention for 90 minutes. No exceptions. Point 3. Intellectual humility. Psychology says as we get older, we fall victim to the Einstein-Long effect, the tendency to solve problems only using methods that worked in the past. Geniuses fight this by keeping a beginner's mind. For example, Nobel physicist Richard Feynman was famous for asking dumb questions. He would strip a complex problem down to its absolute fundamentals until he could explain it to a 6-year-old. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. So never be afraid to look stupid. Ask why, like a child, until the logic is bulletproof. Point 4. The data of failure. This psychology says, this is the growth mindset. While others see failure as a dead end, geniuses see it as data. For example, Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When a reporter asked how it felt to fail so much, then he said, "I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." So no matter how many times you fail in your life, just reframe your mistakes, and every failure is just a lesson in what to avoid next time.